Hi, this is a commentary I'm adding to the beginning of these two videos that I just did, and I'm putting them all together into one. You're about to see another example of the lack of proper maintenance at the Welsford Apartments in Halifax on Roby Street. What you're going to see now is severe flooding in the lobby area and in another person's apartment in other areas, and water coming out of the ceilings everywhere. This building has a small overhanging roof at the main entrance, and it has a drain on the top of it. And the drain, we had a lot of snow for about a week, and now it's been raining for like a whole day. And so, according to the maintenance guy, the drain was plugged with snow and ice. But you know, even though the drain is plugged with snow and ice, it's a flat roof. Buildings, when you put roofing on a building, you make sure all the edges are sealed. And no matter how much water gets on that roof, all it would do, if the drain was plugged, the water would just drain off the edge of the roof and fall on the ground. Water should never be able to get inside the building and go through the ceilings and flood people's apartments and everything else. And so I just put this commentary in to show that if they had done proper maintenance on the roof and gone around and made sure that the roof is sealed around the edges so that the water can't back up into the building. I mean, it's unheard of for a flat roof to leak through a sidewall into the building and flood it like this. And you can see in this picture here on the right hand side, there's a big fire circuit board there. Behind me on the other side, you'll see there's the panel there for all the doorbells for all the building. And the rest of the video is pretty explanatory. And, you know, if we had proper government agencies in this province and in this town that made sure that buildings were up to par and properly maintained, and if there was a mechanism in place for tenants to complain and, you know, put some pressure on the building owners to provide safe and properly maintained buildings, this wouldn't be happening. But this is Nova Scotia. Here, everything's backwards or corrupt. There is no protection for individuals. All our governments have been taken over. They're all corporations. And our society is just completely collapsing. You know, and there's a really high quality building here that was built many, many years ago. Has new owners, and you can see the whole series of the Welsford Nightmare videos that I've been doing. You go to YouTube, just type in the Welsford Nightmare, and you will see many other videos that I've done showing just how badly maintained this building is. You know, being good intention is not the answer. The problem here is that they don't have any competent people that know how to actually maintain a building. They don't know how to clear snow. They don't know how to fix windows. The elevators are breaking down all the time. Again, the other day I couldn't get down from my apartment. I get around in a wheelchair and I couldn't get out of the building because the elevator is broken down. The elevator here, one of the elevators is always broken down. They can't fix the elevators properly. They can't do anything right here. Anyway, the whole video series that I've done shows all of this. So this is just a little clip that I'm adding on to the next couple of videos that are all going to be playing together here. I'm going to attach them all together. So welcome to the Welsford Nightmare. Come and see what it's like to live in this building that has all these nightmares for tenants. Thank you. Keep watching. Okay, I'm doing this report now about the flooding in the building. This is the top floor where the superintendent lives, and I came up here to tell him there's a big flood in the lobby, and I couldn't get him, and I came up here and I saw that there's flooding right here. And this is the top floor of the building, and there's water coming through the floor here. So I'm gonna get in the elevator now and go down to the lobby and show you the problem downstairs. And the reason why I came up here is because the building properties got a phone number, and they should have an emergency number for after hours and stuff, or emergencies, and they don't have one. And I called their main number, and when I called their only number that's working, it doesn't forward, the voicemail doesn't work very well, and so I had to get up to my apartment and call the Welsford in Toronto, and go through the internet and go find an emergency number, and so they're going to try to call back. And the reason why I'm doing this is to show you right now. I'm going to come down in the lobby and I'm going to show you how much water is pouring out of the ceiling. And the people in the apartment, that's quite a little bit over, their whole apartment's flooded. And so we get a flood that could cause an electrical short in the building, and it's going to cause a lot of property damage. And it's not like 4:30 in the morning on a Sunday, or it might be Monday morning now. And I couldn't get a hold of anybody. And just to show you, this is Capriate right there. And there's the flooding that's happening. And if you look here, the next apartment is quite a ways over. And those people in that apartment, they're panicking because they can't sleep. They had to move everything out of the way, and they couldn't get a hold of anyone. So this is how the Welsford doesn't take care of its tenants. I'm actually doing a video because I'm doing a whole series since I've been living here. Believe me, there's been a lot of major things. So I called Toronto. I'm still recording. I called Toronto. All right. I got on the internet, called the emergency number in Toronto. Right. So they have a bunch of numbers. So they're going to contact somebody. They've got my cell phone. They're supposed to call me back. So this is crazy. Eh? I mean, like, if this causes an electrical short, you know, there's a lot of wiring going through here for the fire department and for the intercom, right? Yeah. And plus, your apartment's all flooded now. Yeah. And you know what's really funny? When I went up to the top floor, I couldn't find nobody would answer their doors. And look at the lobby area. Look.
Well, the ceiling right here is supposed to go into the water.
Okay, wait, hold on a second. Look, let me show you something else. Okay, look over there where the entrance is. It's coming through the lights.
Yeah.
Look at this. I'm just going to move over for the camera. So right now, I'm talking to the camera. Right now, we have a roof right over top of here, and there's a roof outside. And if you see, the water is actually pouring through the light fixtures outside and on that roof out there. And this is like really pretty unbelievable that this building is flooding this bad. So I wonder, we're going to have elevators and we're going to have power in this building, because I think they're going to have to shut the water off. Actually, this flooding is probably from rain. I don't think it's plumbing. But that section of the building over there, it's 8 stories high where you are, right? Yeah. So that's quite a long ways up. You know what's really amazing? When I went up to the top floor to knock on the door, there's a leak in the ceiling up there too. That's 22 stories up, and there's water on the floor in the hallway. This building's falling.
This is spring thaw.
No, it's been raining for 2 days. You know, it's not a spring thaw. They've got flooding problems here often, like downstairs. Like that's why I'm doing a video. That's why I've been doing documenting all of this, because I've had so many problems. I've been living here.
Really?
Yeah, if you go online, there's a website I have called wheelchairrights.wordpress.com, yeah. And there's actually a report in there called the Welsford Nightmare. You go look at all the videos and all the things that I've done. I had enough. I started documenting everything.
I don't blame you.
So I'm going to turn off my camera. This is just so anybody who wants to come and live here better think twice, because
we wish we had known. We've only been here since September.
That's really bad. I mean, the lobby area is leaking up there. Look, did you see that? It's leaking through the ceiling there. It's leaking outside. So there's water. There's water all the way from there, all the way across. Mm-hmm. That means the whole ceiling. I mean, that's why your apartment's soaked. It's coming.
Yeah.
This is out of control.
Right, look at this, Jack.
We have,
this ceiling right here is both fucking way to the water.
And well, that ceiling's probably going to collapse.
wow.
Yeah.
So what this is, and they're not going to be able to do anything about it, because this is flooding from the roof.
Right.
But it doesn't make sense, because the roof goes up 8 stories here, so that flooding could be going all the way up to eight floors. I bet you if you go up a few more floors, you'll probably see water on the floors.
That's why I said, what's above us? Because
there's 8 stories.
Out of his sleep.
Yeah, there's an addition and there's 8 stories, but when they built this building, this is the original building, and years ago they added this section on. And where the two are joined together, yeah. If you go on every single floor, there's heaves in the floor. The buildings weren't connected properly. So there's flooding even in the garage. I'm going to go downstairs now and continue my video report. So this is part 1. Go to wheelchairrights.wordpress.com and get the whole story about the Welsford Nightmare. Okay, this is an update on the flooding. I was talking to the tenants downstairs, and they're in a lot of trouble. Their whole apartment's flooded, and you know, there's going to be the walls and ceilings collapsing. The lobby area, as you see in my video, it's the flooding is much worse now than it was when I first started this video, and it's going to keep getting worse. And I had to go on the internet to the Capriot website right here and contact us, and I had to do some searching, and I go down here and I called the emergency number in Toronto. And when I got that, I got an answering service. So it took me a while, and I got through, and finally they got a hold of the building guy here. And I saw him in the elevator, and I said to him, I said, you really need to fix your telephones. I mean, it's pretty bad when people call your main number and the calls are not forwarded to an answering service or to you, and you have no way for tenants to contact you. And the only reason why I was able to solve this problem for the tenants downstairs, because I was going down to check my mail, and right now it's like 5:20 in the morning, and this is December 31st or something like that. Hold on, let me look here. Yeah, it's December 30th. And so the tenants downstairs were lucky that I was coming through because I knew how to do this and get on the internet and call Toronto. But tenants, when they have emergencies in their apartments, they should not have to call Toronto, and they definitely shouldn't have to go on the internet and do a search to find a phone number for head office, because I live in Nova Scotia. So the flooding's pretty bad, and I saw the guy who manages the building, and I said to him, why is it that the local number doesn't forward to an answering service or to you or to anybody else? I said, you really need to fix your phones. And, you know, he's making excuses. I said, well, I'm really busy. I said, well, you know, if it wasn't for me, nobody would have got a hold of you, and you would have had the flooding would have gotten a lot worse. So this is on continuing the Welsford nightmare. And guys, you know, the problem here is that you have people that are inexperienced at managing properties. And the guy said downstairs said that there's an overhang on the front entrance, which is like a rooftop. And he said he was on the 4th floor and looking down, and he said, "Oh, well, the drain's plugged with snow and ice." Well, you know what? Well, they know this building has had this problem before, because if you look at the ceiling in the main lobby area, you can see they patched it before. So this problem is getting really big, and you know they need somebody with a ladder to climb up there with a shovel and clean the drain up. And the guy who's the property maintenance guy here, he's not going to do it. So now he's making phone calls, waking people up out of bed, and it's going to be hours before anybody ever shows up. And the flooding is going to continue, and it's pouring rain outside, and it's been raining all day long. And we had snow, you know, for a week before that. So the people who manage the property should know that when you got a pile of snow, you need to get up on that little roof and clean the snow off so that the drain doesn't plug up. Well, they didn't do it. Now they got major structural problems, and you know, damage all through the ceilings and the walls, and the tenants down there now have no place to live because their apartment's all flooded. And I told them you should call a lawyer because they should provide you with a hotel and everything you need until this mess is cleaned up. So that's how the Welsford takes care of things. And I've always had this saying: if you don't take care of the little things when you own properties, the little things become big, major problems. And now this has become a major problem for everybody. And believe me, the lobby is soaking wet now. It's like a lake down there. And I could go back down and do another video to show you how much water there is, but I won't bother. So I'm just adding this video on to the one that I just started earlier. So I'm going to be uploading them to my website. But you can type into a search engine the Welsford Nightmare. You'll find my video series on YouTube and on my Wheelchair Rights website. Thank you. And if you're considering living at the Welsford, you better look at all my reports. Thank you very much. Bye.